Now let's take a look at why the Clippers suck on defense. They suck on defense because Tyronn Lue allows the Clippers' weakest defenders to guard Luka and Kyrie. When Luka and Kyrie are guarded by Terrence Mann, Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, yeah, sometimes they hit shots, Russell Westbrook, sometimes they hit shots, but sometimes, most of the time, they don't. But on the poor defenders that the Clippers have, they're scoring every time. And Ty Lue, there were so many minutes in this game where Ty Lue's allowing Amir Coffey, Norman Powell, James Harden to guard Kyrie and Luka Doncic. And it is just not the way. If you go look at the highlight tapes of Game 3, you are going to see featured Amir Coffey and Norman Powell like star players, because they're always guarding Luka and Kyrie when they're scoring most of the time. Notice here on this play, this isn't even super bad defense here from Amir, but I'm a firm believer that if you guard an NBA player with somebody they think that can't block their shot or can't guard them, it just becomes a food fest. And Luka's going to hit Amir with this step back right here, and Amir is not even going to jump, and it's cash. We got to be better. Notice here, we're going to have Norman Powell guard Kyrie Irving. Well, let's see how that works out. Went right around him. And guess what that leads to? A Derek Lively lob, because Zubac had to come up and help. It's too easy, man. Way too easy. Then notice here, we're going to have Norm drive in. They don't guard the corners, period, but they're definitely not going to guard Russell Westbrook standing in the corner. So we're going to get a miss. And we're going the other way. And notice Amir Coffey pick up Kyrie Irving. You cannot be backpedaling on Kyrie Irving in transition. Anybody knows that watches this man or watches Dallas. And guess what Amir Coffey's doing? Backpedaling. Gets another one in his face. Now, I was watching this game with my pops, and as soon as I seen this, I walked out the room. You got Norman Powell guarding Kyrie Irving 30 feet, and this is just a joke. Cash. Tyronn Lue, will you please stop allowing bad defenders to guard Kyrie Irving and Luka Doncic? You have Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, Terrence Mann, and Russell Westbrook. We have 4 defenders that we can throw at them in rotation. There is no reason that we should ever be seeing Amir Coffey and Norman Powell guarding Kyrie and Luka back-to-back plays. James Harden back-to-back plays. That is not the way. And it's frying the Clippers, because even when they don't score on these guys, they're getting downhill and collapsing the defense and throwing lobs or hitting shooters wide open, and it's just really cooking the Clippers. And the final reason the Clippers suck defensively is because they are struggling so bad with the Mavs, defending the Mavs pick and roll. Whether it be Zubac or Mason Plumlee in drop coverage, or whether they're trapping or weak side help not being effective or coming over. The Clippers are trying a lot of different strategies. None of those things are working. And especially when the on-ball defense isn't at its best, it just always leads to a really, really bad lob. So we're going to come here. Lively's going to set this screen. Russ is trying to, front and push Luka to the side. But it doesn't matter. Zoo's in drop coverage, and you just can't play drop coverage because Lively is a lob threat. So, Zoo, if you're not right next to him because you can't jump, this is going to be an easy lob. Terrence Mann pushes him. It's an and one. Coming here again, you got Mason Plumlee and Amir Coffey. I don't know what they're doing. There wasn't even a real screen set. Going to be able to split. Kyrie splits that. We got Lively coming right downhill. Kicks it to an open shooter, but notice Mason Plumlee. You need to go to Lively. You need to let James Harden and Norman Powell figure that out. Not close out when you know you can't close out. He goes right around you, and now it's another lob. Man. And then here we go. They ran double screens on Terrence Mann. Zubac actually comes out, blitzes Luka, but notice Derek Lively rolled to the basket. James Harden is not an effective weak side helper and Kawhi was really should have been the person to come over, came over way too late. Another and one. Now the Clippers have struggled with this a lot because it's such a big help when you have fives that can switch on to guards and you don't have to worry about drop coverage or trapping and different type of things. But the Clippers do not have that luxury. Ivica Zubac is, a foreign elephant, and he's actually in game 3. He did a decent job when he was switched on to Luka. I don't even think Luka scored on him too often, but the Clippers are going to have to come up with a different scheme that allows, Zubac to stay on Lively. And I wish I could pull up the tape, but there is a coverage that we ran it toward the end of the season where instead of Zubac coming up here, we would send, in this example, it would be Norman Powell. Whichever way Luka Doncic would, is trying to go off of the screen, that defender would come pick up Luka. Then you would have Kawhi come pick up whoever Norman's guarding, which is Kyrie. And then James would then, be ready to run down and pick up Kawhi's man. It rotated like a clock. And I tried to do some research and find out what type of defense that is so I could show you guys the clips of how they do it. But what that prevents is Derek Lively and them being able to switch and getting lobs. But what it opens up is the potential for 3-point shooting. If they can be fast enough swinging the ball, James Harden is running over there to close out. Maybe he doesn't make it all the way in time, and Derrick Jones Jr. is able to hit a 3 or whatever. But it's gonna be so much better than this stuff right here. This was just butter and cheese the entire game. And the Clippers, we need to figure this out. And this is on Ty Lue because, bro, we're in the playoffs and we don't know how to guard pick and roll. We're going to trap and just let their centers lob to the basket. Even James Harden, this is a late pickup. If he's supposed to be picking up Lively, he needs to be, picking him up, not halfway picking him up. You see what I'm saying? He's going to PJ Washington right now and lets him go. And he's just Derek Lively's able to just go up with it. And Kawhi comes over late and fouls. There's just so much confusion with this Clippers team. And I just feel like a lot of that is coaching. Now, before we get into the solutions that the Clippers need to do, which I kind of already outlined, I think one thing that Ty Lue has done in the past that has worked well against the Mavericks is small ball. The past 2 series that the Clippers have won, they have always gone down in those series and then have made a storming comeback going small. And we do not have the same players that we used to have in the past, like Robert Covington and Nico Batum and Marcus Morris, that kind of, those stronger forwards that can allow you to play small ball. But I still think that Dallas, because, they don't have the best on-ball defenders, I still think that the Clippers might be able to pull it off. It might just be better than, what's going on right now. And I want us to pay attention here. When you are small, now Dallas is going to have to play you straight up. Kyrie isn't going to be able to call for, a screen on Zubac, and, Luka's not going to be able to do that either. Now you got to play straight up, me versus you basketball. And notice he switches here on the PG. This is what the Clippers want. Paul George guarding Kyrie, and he's going to miss that. We're going to get the rebound, and we're going up the other way. No, this is going to be the reason that I say that it needs to be James Harden, Terrence Mann, Kawhi, Paul George, and Norman Powell. The reason I say that is because he took Terrence Mann out and put Russell Westbrook in the small ball lineup, and they're not going to guard Russell Westbrook. So you're not getting that advantage of clearing out the paint. Notice Maxi Kleber right now. He's just standing in the paint. He's not guarding Russ. He's just standing in the paint. And what is it going to lead to? If he wasn't there, this is an easy basket for Paul George. Easy dunk. But instead, because he's not guarding Russell Westbrook, Maxi Kleber sagging in the paint is going to end up being a Clippers turnover the other way. And what I was saying with the small ball is that, I mean, this is just going to be too easy. James Harden goes around Luka anytime Luka matches up on him. If you're not able to have anybody in the paint, that is going to be a layup every single time. And if you send help, you're leaving somebody wide open for three. I just think it would completely open up the Clippers' offense. Is it dangerous? Yes. What if the Mavs decide to go put in Lively? Then you got Kawhi on Lively, and who knows how that's going to go, right? You know, it's different things that can be dangerous. But however, the Mavs aren't used to winning that way. They aren't used to, okay, we're going to have Derek Lively go for 25 tonight because he's going to be posting up Kawhi Leonard. Like, that's a whole different brand of basketball than the one that they've been beating the Clippers with. And for the Clippers, it is just going to completely unlock this offense. And we're going to score well over 100 points if we do it. I'm very confident in that. But, you know, other than that, Ty Lue, I already posted it in the last, after we lost game 2. Stop switching bad defenders on to Kyrie and Luka. That is really breaking down the defense so easy. I don't understand why we do that, especially when we have better defenders. Stop doing that. I don't like Russell Westbrook guarding Kyrie. He's a much better guard for Luka, but Kyrie's very shifty and very smart, and that can really mess with Russ sometimes because he can kind of cheat and gamble too much. And you got to fix the spacing. Look at the doggone film. They are not guarding people in the corners. Every time PG and them ISO, they need to be looking like, okay, who are they? What corner are they cheating off of? Which side? And as soon as you see that, okay, go ahead, drive, get downhill, and then swing to that corner. And that should be a wide open shot. And whoever can't hit that wide open shot got to go sit down. We need to put the people that can make that wide open shot in the game. And that'll completely help the offense because now you're getting open threes consistently. And you're going to force the Mavericks to stop doing that and kind of open up the paint. And you just need to figure out how you're going to guard this pick and roll. And like I said, I think that coverage, I'm so sick that I don't know what the name of it is. But that's you gotta keep Zoo and them on Derek Lively. You can't trap Luka and Kyrie like that anymore because it's just leading to lobs. You can't play drop coverage ever. You just need to keep Zubac and them on them and figure out how you can guard them with the other guys. So and it helps to have good on-ball defenders that can run through screens, not Amir Coffey and Norman Powell. So, you know, you guys let me know what you guys think in the comments, what the Clippers can do. I don't know if, you know, I made a whole video and all these solutions last time the Clippers lost in game 2. And so now I'm doing it again in game 3. And when I did it in game 2, Ty Lue made no adjustment. He did the exact same thing he did in game 2. A lot of people have been telling me, well, you know, now we're in desperation mode. Ty Lue's going to do something. Well, I want to see it. So y'all let me know what y'all think. Make sure you like and subscribe if you like the content. And y'all be blessed. I'm on to the next one.